Boker Tov, good morning. It's wonderful to be here together on a Tuesday morning, a time where we commonly share with one another new writings for our people, including poems by Rich Orloff on many Tuesdays, including today. Good morning, Annette. And good morning to everyone who's here with us. Please do share a greeting. Good morning, Seymour, to one, to all. Boker Tov, Boker O. Welcome to Boker Tov from Temple Sinai. Temple Sinai congregation of Toronto's daily opportunity to connect, to reflect, and to remember. Good morning, Joni. Good morning, Sean. It's wonderful to have the opportunity to be here this morning, and let us make our way into the prayers of our people through the prayer for the body. Let's join together in the English of this prayer, and we'll join in the Hebrew and English of the prayer for the soul. Blessed eternal God, creator of the universe, you have fashioned our bodies with wisdom, creating within us a finely balanced network. To stand before you in prayer is itself a fragile miracle. Eternal God, we praise you as the healer of body and spirit. And now this prayer for the neshama. The neshama linshom is to breathe, literally to have the spirit or the breath come in is to be inspired. And I hope today there are moments that inspire each of us. And in that second line, when there's a dot at the end of a hey, starting in the second Hebrew word in the line, it's called a mapik, which means send it out. And so we let the breath fully out in those moments. Elohai neshama shenatata bi torahi et havrata. אתה יצרת, אתה נפחת בי, ואתה משמרה בקרבי. כל זמן שהנשמה בקרבי, מודה אני לפניך. אדוני אלוהי ואלוהי אבותיי, ריבון כל המעשים, אדון כל הנשמות. ברוך אתה אדוני, אשר בידו נפש כל חי, ורוח כל בשר איש. The soul that you have given me, O God, is a pure one. You have created and formed it, breathed it into me, and within me you sustain it. So long as my soul is within me, I will give thanks to you, eternal my God and God of my ancestors, source of all creation, sovereign of all souls. We praise you, eternal God, in whose hand is the power of all life and the spirit of all flesh. And please join me in these words, la'asok b'divrei Torah, to experience and commit ourselves to learning Torah. It says in Talmud that Torah is even the questions that are asked by a student in a Jewish learning environment in a Beit Midrash centuries after Sinai took place. And so likewise, prosaic and poetic questions are part of Torah and part of our learning today. So let us recite this prayer as a commitment to open ourselves to new learning and new possibilities. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. Ba'arev na Adonai Eloheinu et divrei Toratcha b'finu, ובפי עמך בית ישראל, ונהיה אנחנו וצאצאינו, וצאצאי עמך בית ישראל, כולנו יודעי שמך, ולומדי תורתך לשמה. ברוך אתה אדוני, המלמד תורה לעמו ישראל. אלו דברים שאין להם שיעור. These are the obligations whose value cannot be measured. They nourish us in this world and help us to create the world to come. Kibud Avaim, to honor fathers and mothers. Ugmilut Chasadim, to perform acts of love and kindness. Vashkamat Beit Midrash Shacharit Ve'aravit, to attend the house of study morning and evening. Vachnasat Ochim, to welcome the stranger. Uvikul Cholim, to visit the sick. Vahachnasat Kala, to provide for brides and grooms. Udvayat Hamet, to keep faith with the dead. Viyun Tfilah, to pray with sincerity. Vahava'at Shalom Ben Adam L'Chavero, to make peace when there is strife. V'Talmud Torah Keneged Kulam, and the study of Torah is equal to them all. Well, let us continue with Baruch She'amar, this prayer that acknowledges the divine, the one who spoke and the world came to be, the one who is the source of the universe and our experience of it. Well, let's join together in the Hebrew of Boker Tov today, and then we will continue with Psalm 23, these words of comfort, even in the darkest times. ברוך שאמר והיה העולם, ברוך הוא. ברוך עושה וראשית, ברוך אומר ועושה, ברוך גוזר ומקיים, ברוך מרחם על הארץ, ברוך מרחם על הבריות, ברוך משלם שכר טוב ליראיו, ברוך חי לעד וקיים לנצח, ברוך פודה ומציל, ברוך שמו. בשפחות ובזמרות נגדלך ונשבחך ונפארך, ונזכיר שמך ונמליכך מלכנו אלוהינו, יחיד חיי העולמים, מלך משובח ומפואר עד עד שמו הגדול. ברוך אתה אדוני, מלך מהולל בתשבחות. And in that spirit, we join in Psalm 23, Mizmor LeDavid, Adonai Roi Lo Echsar. With the Eternal as my shepherd, I shall want for nothing. I will lie down in a beautiful pasture. As I am led along restful waters, my soul will be restored. I will be guided along the paths of righteousness, serving God's higher purpose. Adonai Roi Lo Echsar. Even when I must walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil when you are with me. Your strength and your support comfort me. When facing my enemies, your protection stretches out before me, sustaining mind and body. Adonai Roi Lo Echsar. Only goodness and mercy will pursue me all the days of my life. I will live in God's presence for the rest of my days. I hope today, even for a moment or for many moments, we can experience that life in God's presence, that connection to what is greater, to what is beyond, to what is deeply inside of us in a miraculous way. And so let's join together in Shema Yisrael, this prayer that affirms a connection to unity, to the one, to Israel, to the striving after what is right. Please join me. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך. וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם, ויעשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם. ונתנו על ציצית הכנף בתיל תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית, וראיתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני, ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטורו אחרי לבבכם, ואחרי עיניכם, אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אדוני אלוהיכם, אמת. Well, it's beautiful to join together in the prayers of our people today. And I want to share with you one of the newer prayers written by a very special one of our people, by our friend and writer Rich Orloff, who's written poems with and for Temple Sinai, and who now shares religious poetry with those who wish to receive them. And this is a week very much with the naming of Jacob as Israel, which we'll look at on Thursday morning as part of this week's looking at the parasha. That it's a week where we focus on becoming. And one of Rich's recent poems is very much about becoming. It's an interesting and different and challenging poem. I hope you'll find meaning in it and open yourself to the meaning in it as I strive to do as well. Let me share it with you, then a few words about it, and then we'll share it one more time. This is called A Prayer for Overcoming My Strengths. I'm better at arguing than I am at agreeing. I am better at guarding than I am at allowing. I am better at wrestling than I am at embracing. I am better at building walls than I am at opening doors. I am better at doubting than I am at making space for the unknown. So I let me not rely on my existing strengths to get me out of the holes I've dug, but find new strengths yet unknown. Let me strengthen each weakness. Let me weaken my strengths. Let inspiration help me transcend the limits of old thoughts. Let me discover what lies beyond the me I think I know, the world I think I know, the reality I think I know. Let all of life be embraced by the vulnerable, humble me. I think I found this poem of Rich's really interesting and engaging because I think uh, I grew up in an atmosphere that learning was about arguing and guarding and wrestling and building walls and erasing doubt rather than making space for it and having a balance where we could also allow and agree and embrace and open. I admit uh, that the hardest line, maybe that makes it important for me, is let me weaken my strengths. Um, but I think it balances with not relying on our existing strengths. We are more than we have decided we are. We are each of us someone who can and is becoming. And by being open and not just identifying ourselves with those things that come immediately or that we do well, I think we open ourselves to new possibilities. So one more time, this is here to for us to challenge ourselves and to react to. A Prayer for Overcoming My Strengths by Rich Orloff. I am better at arguing than I am at agreeing. I am better at guarding than I am at allowing. I'm better at wrestling than I am at embracing. I'm better at building walls than I am at opening doors. I'm better at doubting than I am at making space for the unknown. And so I pray, let me not rely on my existing strengths to get me out of the holes I've dug, but find new strengths yet unknown. Let me strengthen each weakness. Let me weaken my strengths. Let inspiration help me transcend the limits of old thoughts. Let me discover what lies beyond the me I think I know, the world I think I know, the reality I think I know. Let all of life be embraced by the vulnerable, humble me. I hope that these words are meaningful to you, and it's wonderful for us to be here together and to have this opportunity. And some of those strengths come from us being together, being part of a people who are with each other to celebrate strength and are with each other during times of challenge and difficulty. The latter being the theme of this prayer, Achenu, which we join in, still in hopes that each and every one of those who were taken captive to Gaza will be returned to their families, sadly, the last few for burial. אחינו כל בית ישראל, אחיותינו, כל בית ישראל, הנתונים בצרה ובשביה, העומדים בין בים ובין ביבשה. המקום ירחם עליהם, ויוציאם מצרה לרווחה, ומאפלה לאורה, ומשעבוד לגאולה, השתה בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ונאמר אמן. Our brothers and sisters, the whole family of Israel who are in difficulty or captivity, whether on land or at sea, may the ever-present one have mercy on them, bringing them out from distress to comfort and from darkness to light, from subjugation to redemption, now quickly and soon. And we say together, Amen. Well, please join me as well in a prayer for those who stand on guard for us, of all of those who wear a uniform, and thanks to whose service each of us can be safe. Of course, we think very specifically in the words of this prayer of the soldiers of the IDF, but all those who stand on guard with us and for us. I had the privilege again yesterday of working with new officers joining the local police division, helping share with them insights into the culture and reality of Jewish Torontonians, Jewish Canadians today, as a part of their training for the service that they offer, where they really, a number of them work so hard to stand with us. For them, for all who stand with us, and for the soldiers of the IDF, we offer these words of prayer. מי שברך אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, ואמותינו שרה, רבקה, לאה ורחל, הוא יברך את חיילי צבא ההגנה לישראל ושאר מגיני עמנו העומדים על משמרתם. ישמרם הקדוש ברוך הוא ויצילם מכל זרה וצוקה ומכל נגע ומחלה, וישלח ברכה בכל מעשה ידיהם. ויקוים בהם הכתוב, וכיתתו חרבותיהם לעתים, וחניתותיהם למזמרות, לא ייסעו גוי אל גוי חרב, ולא ילמדון עוד מלחמה, וישבו איש תחת גפנו, ותחת תאנתו, ואין מחריד, ונאמר, Amen. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless the soldiers of the IDF and all who stand on guard for us. May the Holy One guard them against all difficulty and distress, injury and illness. May all of their actions bring blessing, fulfilling the prophet's words. Let them beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Let nation not lift up sword against nation, and may they learn war no more. May all sit under a vine or fig tree, with none to make them afraid, and together we say, Amen. Well, our prayers continue for those in need of strength and healing, for all those who are ill or unwell or isolated or injured, whether far or near, members of our immediate family, our community. And so as we turn to these words, I do so for those names that have been given to me and given to Temple, for those in hospital, struggling to get home or to make the most meaning out of what may be a later part of life, for those facing chronic illnesses and striving to get through the next procedure and the next effort. For one, for all, for the names placed in the chat in this and other services, we turn to these words of refuah. מי שברך אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, ואמותינו שרה, רבקה, לאה ורחל, הוא ירפא את כל מכותינו. יהי רצון מלפניך, אדוני אלוהינו, להחל עמם ולרפאותם. וישלח לנו מהרה רפואה שלמה ועטרת שלום, ונאמר Amen. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless and heal all who suffer. May it be the divine will to provide healing and strength. Reveal to us the holiness of life, the wholeness of shalom, and let us say together, Amen. Well, it's very meaningful to start each day here with you, and excited for the continued opportunity to do so as our week progresses. It's meaningful to connect and to reflect, and a profound responsibility to remember. Recalling those who died in recent days and weeks, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we've taken into our hearts with our own. During the period of Shloshim, the past 30 days, we extend our condolences to the families of Merle Snyder, Eva Samry, Marvin Barkin, Donna Biederman, Ann Schwimmer, Miriam Snyder, Andrew Taylor, Gersh Son, Becky Greenberg, Blanche Wiseman. Zichronam Livracha. May their memories be a blessing to us. We also remember all victims of war and terror, including terror victim Aharon Cohen. And on Yahrzeit, on the anniversary of their deaths, on this 12th day of the month of Kislev, the 2nd of December, 2025, we honor the life and legacy on Yahrzeit of Ben Abramowitz, William Campbell, Saul Cooper Smith, Alice Cutler, Charlie Goldsby, Karen Green Fisher, Daniel Corman, Molly Lean, Jenny Okarofsky, Nathan Pearson, Annie Rabinowitz, Victor Rosenfield, Bessie Schulich, Nellie Schwartz, Arthur Silver, David Title, Hilda Wise, Abe Zubitov. Zichronam Livracha. May their memories truly be with us, as together we turn to words sanctified by memory, words glorified by hope, the words of Kaddish Yatom. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba, be'alma divorah chiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon v'yamechon, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב עמו, אמן. יהא שמי רבה מברך לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה ברכו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תשבחתה ונחמתה, תמירן בעלמה ועמו. Amen. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועמו. אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועמו. Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and bring comfort and strength to all who remember. And together we say, Amen. Well, this morning, Temple is grateful that a donation has been made to the Minyan Fund by David Green, observing Yahrzeit for Karen Green, and wishing everyone a beautiful day.